And one day it just occurred to me like, oh my God, so I made it. I'm living my American dream. But what about others? There are still those Aneris out there who is doubting her self-worth, who is doubting everything she's doing right now in the US or Canada.
Thank you everyone for joining us. I am Priya from It's Okay R, and today we are back with episode 4 of How I Am Building This, where we cover the journey of South Asian entrepreneurs from different backgrounds. Today, we are very excited to have Aneri with us. Aneri is our boss lady. She is on a mission to make sure that women become financially independent and she helps them get there. We have known Aneri for a long time. Like when we had just started It's OKR, we had come across Aneri's page. We'd been following her. Her journey is very inspiring. I have had the opportunity to speak with her also. So without further ado, Aneri, welcome again. Would love for you to share more about your background, why you left your lucrative corporate career to pursue this. Tell our followers and listeners how you started on this journey because your mission is so powerful.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. It's Sunday. You could be anywhere right now, but you chose to hang out with us. So grateful for that. And Priya and Darshan, thank you so much for inviting me. I am a big fan of your channel, and I
Thank
just
you.
wait for all your videos every day. I keep sharing it with my mom and my cousins and everybody. So, um,
Thank you. You made our Sunday, Aneri. And every time I speak with you, I feel I'm inspired. I feel positive. So thank you.
Sure, yes. So, little bit about me. So, I'm a Neri. I migrated to United States from India 10 years ago to attend college. So, I graduated with an MBA degree, and my immigrant journey started. I'm originally from Gujarat, India, and my parents and my family still live there. So, I'm a first generation immigrant. After graduating as an international student, like you are on visa, so you feel like you don't belong here. So when I graduated, I heard so many, like there were so many misunderstandings and misconceptions around how to look for jobs, and so many resources available, but everybody's advising different things. So long story short, I didn't know how to own my story. I did not know how to write resume. I thought I had big degrees, so that will get me a job, but that's not true in US. So many rejections. Every night I would apply 100 jobs, and every morning I wake up at least 70, 80 rejection emails, and that was heartbreaking. I got after like almost 300 rejections, I got my first break in corporate America as a business analyst, and that's where my corporate America journey started. Started climbing ladders one by one as every other hardworking immigrant. And 8 years into corporate America, I finally was in my dream role, leading teams and leading $1 million projects. And one day it just occurred to me like, oh my God, so I made it. I'm living my American dream. But what about others? There are still those Aneris out there who is doubting her self-worth, who is doubting everything she's doing right now in the US or Canada. So that made me go all in as a career coach to empower all these amazing immigrant women who leave their life behind and start over. And I want to be there for everybody.
That is so beautiful. And I mean, a lot of it starts when you have faced some of these challenges and you just don't want anyone else to like go through the same pieces. But Aneri, tell us, like, how did your friends and family and your husband and everyone was involved in this decision in terms of like leaving your corporate career to start this? Or like when you're in this journey, like, how did it all come together?
Yes. So, when your job sucks and you don't like what you are doing, it's easier for you to make that change. But for me, it was
Yes.
extremely hard because I loved my job. I had the most amazing boss I had ever worked with. So it was so hard for me to let go of all that security, and every Friday you have paycheck coming in, and the title and the privilege to work in Fortune 500 companies. It was very hard for me. So fortunately, I was surrounded by good mentors, and my husband was super supportive. My boss was super supportive. So for 6 months, I did it by like with my job. So I would do 8 to 5, and then I would coach immigrant women over the weekends. So I tried doing that until I felt like, okay, I absolutely cannot keep going forward with two things on my hand. I need to pick one, and that's when I had a business coach, Prasha Dutra. Most of you already know her. So
Yes,
she
Precious,
empowered
good.
me. I said, I'm peeing in my pants right now the day I resigned from my 9 to 5. And she said, do it afraid, do it with whatever, like, do it scared. That's what she told me. And that's when I pulled the plug from my corporate job and just went all in, started my company, and rest is history.
No, that is good. Like like Aneri, for people who are like newer, tell us what exactly is your coaching program? What do you offer? Who is it for? Just so that people get an understanding of
Yes.
how they can leverage it as well.
Yes. So I'm a full-time career coach right now. I only work with immigrant women. So let me tell you who those women are. Anybody who moved to US or Canada after marriage or on permanent residency, or who moved here to study, to go to school. So my primary audience is in Canada and US. Anybody for any reason migrated to US, married, single, with husband, with kids, doesn't matter. If you are in US or Canada, I'm your career bestie. And my programs are, I work with you one-on-one. So my program is 12-week long, where we start with, okay, how do I get started? I have done a bunch of things in India, but I have not worked in US or Canada. How do I even start? So we start with role clarity. Then we build a killer resume that helps you own your story. Doesn't matter if you had an international experience, if you are a fresher, whatever your background is. So starting with role clarity, building your brand. So resume, LinkedIn profile. I teach networking. So, sending bunch of cold messages is not networking. So how do we build organic relationships in a way that those people advocate for you in their companies to get you hired? And then interview preparation. How do you own your story? How do you not hide that you were a stay-at-home mom, or you don't have any experience, or you are
Own your
just a
story.
fresher? Owning your story is big part of my program. And then my most favorite part is, how do you navigate the salary and the visa conversation? That's something we try to hide because we feel like that's a disadvantage, but it's actually not. So I teach these women how to ask for their worth, not taking the first, because that's what something I did, is taking whatever came to my way, feeling desperate. But I teach women how to ask for more salary in job interviews. So that's my program. We can work together on group coaching that's specially designed for international students. And then one-on-one coaching is open for every immigrant woman. So, and if somebody thinks like, I'm not sure if I'm ready to go all in with you for 12 weeks, then I also offer 1 hour consultation.
Amazing. And guys, like if you are listening today, we personally get a lot of questions around how do I get started? What do I do with my LinkedIn profile? Where do I start with my resume? Networking. We get this on a daily basis. And if you've tuned in today, this is exactly what Aneri helps you with. Like, she will make sure that you're able to own your story, because trust us on that. Been here for a while, and you can have like the best job in India, the best resume out there, and you might be doing something really well. But here it's all about articulating how to get to whatever you want and making that ask, which is not something our culture kind of promotes. So it's really important if you have someone on that journey with you, and I've seen many people benefit out of it. So I'm stressing on the fact that check it out if you were not aware of Aneri and her program. So no, thank you, Aneri, for sharing that. I definitely would love to understand, like, while like in this journey of building your program, were there times when you felt like giving up, or was it a place where you were balancing, right? Both your corporate job and this for a while before you went all in. So what was the biggest challenge that you faced in this entire journey?
Yes, I would say the two biggest challenges that I faced. One was definitely balancing my demanding 9 to 5 job with what I was trying to build. So that was one challenge. I worked on weekends, I worked at nights, and I tried to juggle both, best of both lives. And some of you already know I have a 3-year-old. So I started this. I started doing. I started career coaching when she was almost 1.5, 2. So it was extremely hard being a mom, being a businesswoman, being a full-time 8 to 5 killer project manager. That was extremely hard, like juggling everything. And second challenge was educating my audience the importance of asking for help, because career coach is a new concept, especially in South Asian
Yep.
community. People don't know what's the importance of career coaching. People don't know that, okay, this is an investment towards your future, not an expense or cost. So most of my people are immigrant women who are dependent on their spouse, their husbands, their families back in India. So it was extremely hard initially to educate them what is career coaching and what kind of support, why now is the perfect time for you to seek that support.
Yeah, because I think for them also, and if you're listening today, it's a hard time making that case that you need to invest in yourself to get something because maybe whoever you are with hasn't had the same journey and doesn't really get it. So that's powerful. But Aneri, were there times when you wanted to give up? You were like, no, this is not worth it, or like, I don't think I should have left my job. Did you have those moments?
Yes, once when I was actually typing my resignation letter, that's when I was conflicted and I was like, am I making the right choice? I have this amazing salary coming in every week, and am I making a right decision to let everything go? My title, letting go of my senior management title was extremely hard, and I was also being considered for a chief of staff role, which is like literally right hand of
Yeah.
the CEO, and that was the role I had been working towards for 5 years. So many
Wow.
sleepless. I was pregnant and I was taking classes so that one day I could be the chief of staff. And then letting all that go and like starting with a new dream, that was extremely hard. So when I was typing my resignation letter, I was like, what am I doing? And that's when I got cold feet couple of times. And then my coach was right there. Prasha empowered me. My husband empowered me. That no, that you are on right path. And also the mission that I was on, I cannot serve every single immigrant woman if I held on, if I would have
Yeah.
held on my full-time job. So that was the time when I felt like giving up. Oh my God, I feel conflicted. I love my job, but I also want to empower the immigrant community. And finally, I let go of my job, and I'm glad I did it, because what we all just pulled off in last 6, 7 months is incredible.
Yes, no, that's great. Like, and I know that I have been reading all of the success stories that you post on your page and everyone you've helped, but what was your big success moment or you were like, this is it, like I know this is what I want to do. What was that for you?
Oh my God. I don't want to cry, but my favorite success story, and so many, it kept coming, it keeps coming. But my first favorite success story was when a stay-at-home mom without any experience in US, without any master's degree in US, actually got $135,000 job after a long career break. And when we started on day one, she said, I'm just a stay-at-home mom. That's my identity. I kept pushing her. What else? What else comes to your mind when you think of your identity? And she said, stay-at-home mom, wife, sister, daughter-in-law. And then 12 weeks later, she's working with the biggest retailer brand or e-commerce brand in the US with $135,000 job.
Wow, that is powerful. Like just listening to this, I am like, oh, if only every woman who's been doubting getting back into the career, thinking that, well, I don't have the skills, I have taken a break, I don't know what I'm doing, I just got my EAD and I'm already like too delayed. This is the story that you needed to hear to feel that everyone's got it. Like it just takes, it's a little like tough times, but we always get there. But no, Aneri, super powerful. You're so inspiring. You do so much. I know recently you were at CEO school. Tell us a little bit about that and tell us what's next for Aneri. Like, what are you thinking?
Yes. So I joined CEO school last year when I was about to launch my company, Aneri Coaching. That's when I joined them. I felt like there is so much I do behind the scene, but it's so hard for me to articulate it online on social media. So I joined their starter program that helps people or boss women level up and step up. So that's when I joined them, and I loved the community and I loved how everybody supports each other there. So I continued my journey with them, and 3 weeks ago I attended their retreat in California where they handpicked this business women through an application process and interview process. So I was one of 15 female founders who got
Hmm.
selected for that program, and I met amazing women. I got to learn a lot from everybody's journey, how they started and where they are. It was a great learning experience, like being in that room full of ambitious women. One thing I learned was all day long, I keep beating myself up for choosing my career over my daughter or spending time in front of laptop over taking her to the park. But when I hung out with those incredible women, there were there were some breastfeeding moms who would pump while in class and then ship it to their kids every night. It was eye opening for me. My biggest takeaway from CEO school was you can have it all. You can be a mom, you can be a business owner. You don't have to choose one. So that
Yep.
was something I learned a lot, learned there. And second is you asked like what's next for me. So I recently learned that less than 2% of female founders ever reach $1 million in revenue. Through
Yes.
CEO school, I learned that. And next business goal for me is to cross 1 million in my revenue, and I'm on track for that. But I feel like that's the win for entire immigrant community when us immigrants leave our lives behind and come to a foreign land and make it big.
No, that is beautiful. That is amazing, and more power to you. I'm sure you will get there, and it's just inspiring. Like guys, if you are listening today, like you just got to get started. You cannot give up. Like times can be a little tough, but keep pushing. If like there are plenty of people who are there to support you, invest in yourself, and find your calling. It's important to start. Aneri, I know you have a great network of people. So many people have reached out to us because of you, and we're so grateful for that. But tell us about a couple of like South Asian businesses that you love and personally support,
Yes,
and
yes.
what you like about them.
Yes, so starting with you asked me about CEO school. So that's something I would like to share with everybody is if you are a female founder, if you have mission to grow your business into something meaningful, then CEO school could be a great community where you can hang out with fellow CEOs and get supported. They have a club, CEO school club, where you can talk to other female founders, so you feel like you are not alone in that journey. So that's a great community. Holy Chic is another brand that I really like because they are into like they have these ethnic clothes and holy color inspired clothes, so I really like that. And then so many of us already know Deepika from Live Tinted. Her Barbie,
Yes.
her Barbie recently got viral, so
Yes.
that's also my one of my favorite brands. Is like, oh, you can go as big as you want. There is no limit to ambition and serving the community.
No, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing this. And we'll move to our next segment, which is my favorite segment, which is chai or coffee with Priya, where we will do a couple of this and that and get to like learn a little bit more about you as you pursue your dream to build that $1 million business. So who are you? Let's get to know. So my first one is going to be chai or coffee. Which side are you leaning on?
So unfortunately, none. I would choose ice cream.
Oh my God, I am jealous. How do you start your day without caffeine, Aneri? I think I
I start
aspire to.
I start
That's
my day with
good.
ice
That's
cream.
You start your day with ice cream. That sounds tempting. Uh, okay, the next one is dhania or no dhania. I feel people are very divided.
Yeah, I'm Team Dania for sure.
Team Danya for sure. Okay, I feel it's you know what? Like I feel it's women who are always Team Danya, and it's men who can like totally be like, I don't care for it, which is
Yes.
absurd, but I hear you. The third one is pineapple on pizza, yay or nay?
Yes, yes, yes.
Everyone I have spoken to is a yay. I think I am the outlier here.
I think
Um,
that's the desi thing, pineapple on pizza.
okay. And the last one is books or movies.
Movies.
Okay. And what are you currently watching right now? Are you watching anything?
Yes, so I'm binge watching on Shark Tank because I
Okay.
love new ideas and new products and see where how people are doing. And then another I just started on Hulu. That's This Is Us. That's a story of
It's our
family.
favorite. It's our
Yes,
favorite.
yes, and I just feel like I'm one of them. Like I know them, and the characters and the storytelling is amazing.
Who is your favorite This Is Us character? I need to ask it now.
Jack for sure.
Jack. Yes, of course. Who cannot like Jack? Shark Tank, when you're watching, have you started watching Shark Tank India at all?
Yes, I finished the Shark Tank India, all the episodes, and my mom is coming next month. And I have already ordered some of my favorites from Shark Tank, the
Love it.
products that she's bringing next month.
That's amazing. And Aneri, tell us, like you've been here a whole decade. What was your biggest cultural shock that you faced when you moved here?
I think the biggest one was like right after landing, which was like you call your professors by name, and that was like so, or you call your adults, like elderly people by name, no Mr., no Miss, it's just professor and then their name. And that was my cultural shock. Is like, oh my God, you call people by name and they don't get offended. And then the second one was like you smile at strangers. That was the second cultural shock. Is like
Second.
because that's something you don't do in India, like when you smile at stranger, like they feel like, oh my God, what is up, like, oh my God, are they like that Hindi line, oh wo line mar rahe hai, like you're like
Line war a
smiling.
creep, like he's a creep. Yes,
Yes.
I get it. Like I think that's totally that's a fair one. I feel that's still so relevant. And before we end this segment, I need to ask you about your favorite food because how can we not talk about food? And you're from Gujarat, and I've
Yes.
studied in Gujarat. My husband is a Gujarati, so tell us your favorite food.
My favorite food is actually, of course, Indian buffet. I love going to Indian buffet. I don't care about what dish it is, as long as it's like unlimited, I can eat whatever.
Oh,
And but if I have to pick one dish, then I would say pav bhaji is my favorite.
pav bhaji is your
Yes,
favorite. That's
yes,
nice. And you're in South Carolina, right?
yes.
Do you get good Indian restaurants there? Do you have Indian? Not
No,
much.
we just
Okay.
have one. We just have one, and they know our voice. So every time we call, we don't even have to place an order. As soon as they hear hello, they'll say, "Yeah, order will be ready.
We
It will
got
come in
it.
30
Oh,
minutes."
per like that's perfect. And like now, just like to wrap it up, Aneri, like would there's so much going on. You are trying to build this amazing business. You have like clear goals on where you want to go, and you're managing that with a toddler. Like you're doing it all. But how do you unwind? Like, what are a couple of things that you do, which is like which helps you relax?
Yes, so I whenever I meet certain goals in my business or personal life, I definitely go for like a spa or a massage because I feel like you will burn out if you don't take care of yourself. So yeah, of course, going for nails or spa is my favorite downtime. And then, of course, sometimes once in a while, binge watching on Netflix. Everybody's asleep in house, and you just sit and binge watch your favorite show.
You definitely need that, and so important. Like to treat yourself. You make such an important point because we come from a culture where that is not something that people do actively. Like investing in yourself, taking care of yourself. So just like when you move here, guys, like if try to like celebrate those smaller milestones, treat yourself, go get your nails done or go get a massage. To Aneri's point, it's definitely helpful. And Aneri, a lot of people are listening to you. You're such an inspiration. Tell us a couple of tips and tricks for women who are looking to get started either in their careers or have been thinking about building their own program or starting their side hustle, but just have not had that confidence.
Sure, yeah. So anybody who is thinking to start their side hustle, I would encourage you to work with a mentor because you cannot do everything all by yourself. It's too much on you. Sometimes you need direction. So my favorite strategy, something that I tried, was find a mentor who is few steps ahead of you, because they have done it and now they can tell you do's and don'ts from their own experience. So number one tip for people who are starting their side hustle: don't hesitate to invest in finding a right mentor or coach who can hold your hand and show you direction or help you feel empowered. So, and yes, I'm like little biased, but my business coach Prasha is amazing. So you should all follow her. And then second, if somebody is thinking to start their career, looking for a job, again, don't hesitate to invest in yourself, because whatever the program fees that you pay to get guidance, that's your investment. You are like, most of my clients literally make whatever they invested in the program out of their first paycheck, and then 1,000 more paychecks coming, right? So see that as an investment and own your story. Whatever you have done outside of United States or Canada, it still counts. So start talking about it. And no job is a small job. So please talk about it. Even if it's an intern role, even if it's an admin assistant role, talk about it. Even if it's family business that you helped out, talk about it, and then meet right people. And when you meet right people, this is my favorite networking advice, is don't expect anything in return. Just give before you ask something.
That's a very powerful message. And personally, we can speak for Prasha as well. We got connected, and guys, we will have something interesting coming with Prasha as well. So definitely check her out. But to Aneri's point, like, own your story. Anything that you did, it's important to write down and really reflect, because we all bring something to the table. So it's important to either find someone who can help you identify that, or be empowered to identify that yourself. But on that note, check out Aneri's coaching program if you're trying to figure out what's next for me. How do I get started? How do I get into the job career? We'll definitely have something coming with Prasha, so you will get to see that soon. But thank you so much for joining, and thank you for spending your Sunday with us. If you like how I'm building this, please leave comments below. If there are questions you would want us to ask people who we are interviewing, we are happy to incorporate that. But thank you so much, Aneri. Great speaking with you, and we will definitely be in touch. Have a
Thank you
wonderful
so much.
Sunday.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
me, and bye,
Of
everybody.
course. Thank you for joining.
Bye. Yes.
Bye.